Today I fricked up. True Sock 4285 says, today I fricked up be giving my friend's girlfriend panties. Okay, so let me start off by saying that I'm 19 and a trans man. I have had no surgery, no hormone treatments. I usually just wear a binder or heavy clothes. So, I still have periods, and my whole life I've been taught to carry extra supplies on me. This includes underwear, so I do that. I buy packages of brand new panties, and put them into little baggies with pads and then, just to make my life easier. And because occasionally I give a package away to a friend who's in need. Due to an incident in high school, where a friend of a different size bled through, and was stuck waiting half an hour for her mother, I now carry pre-made packages with different sized panties that don't fit me. My friends in high school knew why and the girls loved it. Some even gave Northeast money to buy supplies, like pain meds, pads, or their sizes. Now in university I have two groups of friends, a group of guys, and a group of gals. This is mostly because both groups do different things as hangouts, and well, I enjoy both things. The guys don't enjoy shopping trips, and for the most part the girls don't want to go to the arcade. So one day a guy's GF, let's call her Sasha, joins the girl group. She knows him trans and everyone got along pretty well, and one day my friend Emily sends me a text which was basically what we call an emergency text, or ACA. I'm in class, can't text long. The message was simply Sasha. Building a floor 1. I left my class and ran over and could hear her crying. Sasha's pretty sensitive and her periods are bad. When I got there I asked her if she bled through. She confirmed she had gone through one layer. I said, okay, now this is a weird question, but bear with me. What size do you wear? When she answered I pulled out one of the packages and tossed it under the stall. When she finally got out of the stall she thanked me, hugged me, and went back to class. I forgot about it after that until the guys sent a group text asking to meet up. I met up with them at lunch, and Sasha's boyfriend immediately said, why are you carrying around a shit ton of panties? I kinda paused for a moment and asked for clarification, and he told the guys how instead of calling Sasha's mom, I gave Sasha panties like a weirdo. I explained the situation and why I had everything, and that some of these packages were for me. I reminded him that I'm transgender and still have a period myself. His response was that he got that part, but he doesn't see why I'm carrying around panties for his girlfriend. This is where I really frick it up by saying I had packages for all the girls in the girl group. This further upset more guys who also had girlfriends in the girl group. I tried to explain that for two of them, Emily and Ashley, their parents dig through their bags and even remove stuff. I don't have that problem, and that for Janet she has to carry around 3 books every day and has no room in her bag. Well, I only have a laptop and have room. Apparently this made things worse, and so now, none of the guys are talking to me until I stop it. Apparently they don't like that I know their size and what panties their girlfriends are wearing. The girls are also now pissed at their boyfriends and are debating ways to attempt to fix this situation because they feel bad that I'm in the middle of this fight that they think should be between them and their boyfriends. Too long. Didn't read. Gave a girl a period package contained panties. Now the guys in our friend group won't talk to me because I know what their girlfriends are wearing sometimes. Update. So here's an update for anyone curious. I've talked with the gals. I've been letting them handle the situation much to some comments disagreement, but the guys are ignoring me or were. Sasha apologized to me, blaming herself for the situation. Apparently, when she got back to class, Scott, her BF, asked her what happened. She said her period started and she bled through. He was surprised how fast her mom got to the uni with fresh clothes, and without thinking she kinda laughed and said no, socks gave me a pair, and didn't further elaborate. This led to the guys talking about it without me, deciding it was a bit weird I was carrying her size, and when I tried to explain they just heard excuses for creeping on Sasha and her girlfriends. The girls talked to them, and the guys say well they don't fully understand our reasonings for everything. They agree with the girls that I'm not a creep. Some of the guys claim they forgot I was trans. IDK, how you forget that? And others just say they didn't realize how annoying controlling parents can be, or how difficult it is to carry the necessary supplies when you also have to carry 4 500-page books, a laptop, and clipboard. Thief apologized to me and said they should have listened to me about why I had what I had. For now it seems like things are mostly going back to normal, with a few guys still feeling a bit awkward about it, but don't want to face the wrath of their girlfriends, who did as some of you suggested, told the guys to either suck it up, or carrying the packages themselves, and they're also nearly empty bags. As well, we are mostly in the same programs, we are in different courses for the similar programs, and I have a disability which allows me to use my computer in all classes to access the textbooks, whereas the girls don't get the same privileges, meaning I have more room. Also, to everyone thinking the girls are taking advantage of me, they aren't. When I bled through all theirs, Emily drove to her house and stole a pair of her brother's sweatpants for me. Her house was like a minute away and brought them to me. If she was taking advantage of me, she wouldn't have been so willing to help me. I chose to do this. They aren't forcing me. I can stop anytime I want. I started this in high school when my friend was stuck on the toilet for half an hour. Sure, Emily's house is close, but if our friend Ashley needed clothes, one of us would either have to go to our houses, buy her clothes from the mall or Walmart, or wait 2 hours for her mom to get her clothes. My way is just simpler and easier. Please don't insult the girls. Adults still need help sometimes too. Thanks for all the advice, which I mostly transferred to the girls. The guys aren't ignoring my texts. We've all apologized for the situation. We haven't met in person yet, so I guess I'll see how that goes later on. Might be awkward for a bit. Capybara Trousers says, offer to carry underwear for the guys for when they shart themselves, because clearly they are full of it. Edit. The other thing to note here is that they are treating you as they would one of the guys. In general, if a dude carried extra panties for your girlfriend, you might be a bit concerned about that relationship. 404 says, FR, this is a really weird result of them being accepting of your transition to the point of being mad that you violated bro code lol. Hopefully everyone can be adults and talk it out. Capybara Trousers says, totally. It seems like one of those Subreddit threads. People who have transitioned. What's the weirdest situation you didn't expect to happen after transitioning? Sweet High Urban Wankerman says, TBH, no, frick, ups from you, you're doing a good thing. The guys getting pissy about it are just a bunch of knobheads. TrueSock4285 says, kinda feels like a frick up because I don't know anyone else who's ever been in this situation lol. Sweet High Urban Wankerman says, can't say I've heard of a scenario like this either, haha. But stand your ground on this. Hell, because they seem to care so much on who is providing for them, call them out on not having emergency items for their girlfriends. Helagad1 says, why are grown men so worried about how someone else prepares for the daily inconsistencies that life throws at you? You and the ladies need to stick together and tell the guys to get bent for being inconsiderate and immature. TrueSock4285 says, honestly I don't know. I didn't think it was a big deal. Since everyone in both groups knows I'm trans, I don't exactly hide it, and well, I'd think it was a bit odd for a guy to carry such things. My 16-year brother carries a similar package for his girlfriend. Fernanix says, sadly being in university does not make you a grown man. I assume there is a level of distrust between op and the lads, and as a guy you are often hardwired to identify guys that carry around a bunch of panties as a creep. They need to get over that and enter the real world where people have had shit happen and prepare for said shit, and that prep can come in a variety of forms that may or may not be their business. Sullivan Ifu says, your male friends are being absolute immature children about this, and everyone needs to get together as a group and explain this to them. If this freaks them out, then they are not ready to have female partners. TrueSock4285 says, The girls have been discussing things and how to proceed because the guys are for the most PSRT either their boyfriends and brothers with the odd one or two not being connected in any way. But they are kinda pissed at them. Iga Chad Albane says, "Gonna be honest, what's happening is that you're getting treated like a dude. And a guy having underwear for another guy's girlfriend is kind of encroaching. If that makes sense. Not that what you're doing isn't a good thing you're doing for your friends, but that's kinda what it is." r/today I fricked up. Winter knows 6412 says, "Today I fricked up be nearly falling for a scam. Today, I went to a city, extremely sleep deprived, and not thinking clearly, in the western side of the US for a trip with my friends, and I was randomly stopped by a few people in costumes demanding 4 pictures. Me, not thinking and being pushed around by these foul creatures that stank like sewer water, ultimately gave in. As I opened my phone to go to the camera section on the bottom, trying to be careful for it not to sign me in via Faceit, it signed me in anyways. As it has already been too late, since the vicious costume dude has already taken the phone. He took the photos and gave my phone back, luckily, and began demanding money. Me not wanting to start anything, offered $5 as I told my friend to retrieve the wallet that was on him. I whip out a $5 bill and they wanted more than just $5. They wanted 20 per character. There were 3. Seeing this amount, I said I wasn't interested and took off, leaving them nothing as I soon realized that this was a scam. This interaction has given me a distaste towards cities and made us want to immediately leave afterwards. I'm just happy we didn't lose or have them steal anything, and I won't be returning to cities anytime soon, for other social reasons too. I'm very embarrassed on what happened today, as it was something I thought I'd never fall for. Too long, didn't read, I decided to go to a city in a different state with a few friends, and fell a potential victim for the costume scam. I feared that they would take my phone, and was just happy to not have any of my belongings taken. They asked for a tip, and me trying not to start anything, I offered to tip $5. After seeing the extraordinary amount of money they demanded, I stormed off leaving them with nothing. Globular Rabbit says, "Vegas? Glad you didn't pay them." Hawkman 1000 says, "New Orleans is just as bad with the tour guide scams. The best thing to say is, I live here, and ignore them." Mrasunsansud says, "Sounds like you almost ed up, but honestly, if I was a tourist in Vegas/LA as a current US resident I might fall for the same, but it's funny how I would seem to know better in my own city. I think being out of your element makes you a prime target for scams." Half-burnt skunk says, "Never hand anyone your phone. It's a simple distraction while they quickly go to your financials and send money to themselves." Smoke and mirrors. There's a reason for 3. It's simply a distraction technique. Cracksmelin says, "A few years back Nick cracked down on this crap and limit the characters to only be in a certain area in Times Square, and there are almost always police in the area for the safety of the public, and in some cases the characters as well. Prior to this characters were all over TS, and situations like this came up often, trying to bully and scam tourists into paying them for pictures. Now they cannot make you pay for taking a picture, it's considered a tip, and is not required. However, expect to get some crap if you don't, because this is how they make any money, as they aren't paid by any organic to be there. The best part is, unlike the past where they were everywhere, now they are limited to where they can be, and if you want to avoid them, just walk elsewhere." Wilgina 1981 says, "Vegas is fine once you get off the strip. After living and visiting tons of big cities, these hustlers don't bother me, but I can see them being intimidating to small town folk." Sol Caliber says, "And make sure you sleep well." That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.